Dímelo mi gente, Marcucci here again in the video, and today we're going to talk about ONDO and how ONDO can reach $30 to $40 this bull cycle and in 2026. If you do not know what ONDO is, basically what they're doing is they're bringing financial instruments and financial products on chain, that is equities, stocks, ETFs, whatever it may be. I've made a lot of videos, so please go and make sure to check them out. I've also received a lot of comments in my previous video talking about how, I was super bullish that ONDO is going to $100. So we're going to be talking about that today, as well as what is a token utility for ONDO and why even hold ONDO, right? Why not hold just Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it may be? So we're going to be answering all those questions today. So thank you so much for the comments. I really do appreciate every single one of you. And if you enjoyed that video so far, and if you like the content, please remember to leave a comment and subscribe. So ONDO deserves a $30 valuation by the second quarter of 2026. So the treasury just doubled long and the buybacks funded with T-bills and liquidity is starting to seep back in. Also, this tweet is not my own research. This is from Saruj Q 2022, so make sure and follow him. Anyways, the Fed has initially talked about cutting rates. We could see this probability from a 94.4% probability rate cut in September. In September 17, the next FOMC meeting is happening and they expect rate cuts to happen. Not only that, they just doubled the frequency of long and bond buybacks from 2 to 4 per quarter and increased the total volume from 120 billion to 150 billion annually. They're funding it with short-term treasury bills, pulling long-dated duration out of the market and putting liquidity cash-like instruments back in. So what is the ONDO business and what does ONDO actually do? So basically they're a bridge between trillions in TradFi capital and on-chain yield-bearing infrastructure that doesn't break when someone sneezes. This is done by USDY. So USDY is a tokenized note backed by short-term treasuries and bank deposits yielding over 5%. And yeah, it's already out there on Ethereum, Solana, Mantle, Sui, and Base as well. And we can see it here. Right now it's not at 5%, it's at 4.29%, and OUSG is at 4.11%. Also, I want to make mention, the product is already out there. You could definitely use it right now. For those that are not in the US, you could use USDY, and for those that are in the US, you could use OUSG. So, what is the structure? The flow, token utility, and the catalyst. So ONDO has a 2.8 billion fully diluted valuation, but it's only a fraction of that is actually circulating. And that's the whole game. When capital starts chasing yield-bearing infrastructure, it won't take much volume to move that price. Why? Because the tradable flow is tight and real demand can crush low-flow assets. So as soon as USDY gets more traction across funds, DAOs, RWA rails, Asia, L2s, you're going to see the ONDO token woven deeper into the plumbing. And we're talking about, and this is where token utility comes into, governance and control over protocol assets, treasury management, and liquidity incentives. Vaults and wrappers integrated across DeFi and RWA stacks, all between these different chains, and they have 10 different chains that they support, 124 integrated projects. They have 80% of the yield market share, and they have TVL of 1.39 billion, and TVL is total value locked. And we can even see that here, right? They have 15,000 holders, which I expect that number to go up, monthly transfer volume of 59 million, and monthly active addresses of 1,017. And the numbers are down, right? We don't want to see that. We always want to see in the red. I am a little bit worried that the past 30 days is down 15%, but it is what it is. So the catalysts are tokenization narratives is about to heat up. RWAs are finally showing up on chain in size. USDY growth is real. We've seen that. Cross-chain integration is growing. Regulatory clarity is inching forward. Major funds and DAOs will eventually want yield. And ONDO is providing that. So that's really great. So the math, and this is the conservative ratio, is a fully diluted valuation of 10 billion. Stricken supply is between 500 to 600 million tokens on lock, and the implied price is $16 to $20. And that's without ONDO becoming the default bridge for RWA activity, and that's just with the consistent USDY growth, L2 adoption, and moderate institution exposure, conservative steady state growth base case. The next scenario is a fully diluted valuation of 25 to 30 billion, and then the implied price will be 30 to 40. And when this happens, USDY is integrated into multiple on-chain money markets. ONDO's token utility is embedded in validator incentive systems. RWA volume flows through ONDO rails versus competitors. Global liquidity, so funds, DAOs, Asian markets, allocates towards tokenized yields, and liquidity is strong across both DeFi and traditional channels. Think about Lido in 2021 and think about Aave in 2020. Obviously, the valuations were not as high for these as I remember. Let me just check. We could check right now. So we see here Lido had, Lido was about 59 cents. It went skyrocketed up to $5. And if we see here Aave was, Aave is $255. It was from $52 to $527. And you're gonna tell me, oh, don't look at the price, look at the market cap, right? The market cap was 249 million. It skyrocketed all the way up to 6 billion. I don't remember if they unlocked any tokens. Please don't quote me on that. Don't kill me on that. But yeah, I mean, it just shows it has a huge potential, and there's more money now than there was back then. So how to play it? So if you're a small account, treat ONDO as a core infra play. You're not trying to flip this into 2x. You're here for the 10 to 20 return gains if the thesis plays out. For larger accounts, use ONDO as your RWA anchor. It's your foundation beneath the degen layer. You scale and sit and let the cycle come to you. He also talks about, where to add, when to exit. I'm not going to get really into all of that. I just wanted to, kind of go over this. Make sure to obviously follow Saruch. And please let me know what you thought about this video. I'm just going to show you who can actually invest in OUSG. So it is for accredited investors, right? So accredited investors, qualified purchasers. So the minimum mint is 5K. And right now they have 0 in management fee until October 1st of 2025. So yeah, intrigued to your thoughts, please let me know what you think about the video. And as always, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.